Hey guys, welcome to question MM177 of the Maths Methods Fortify study guide. So we've got this cubic function f, don't know what it is, but we know that it's given by f of x. We know that it has a local minimum at d -2 and a local maximum at e3. And we're trying to find the values of p such that the equation f of x minus p equals 0 has one solution, exactly one solution. Now, what this means is we're grabbing this function f of x, which is this one here, and we're actually moving it down by p units, or up if p was negative. And what we want is one solution. And whenever we talk about one solution with x's like this, we're talking about the x-intercepts. Okay, so remember that. One solution means one x-intercept. So, in order for this graph to have one solution, or one x-intercept, it needs to be moved down by more than 3 units, right? Because at the moment, this graph has 1, 2, 3 intercepts, and it will until it's moved down by more than 3 units. If it's moved by exactly 3 units, we actually have a turning point on the axis, which means we have an intercept somewhere here and here, which is 2 intercepts, which we don't want. We only want 1, which means that our graph has to be moved down by more than 3 units. At that point, it'll have 1 intercept because it'll only just be up here. And this goes up infinitely because it's a cubic, so it's always going to be something over here. Likewise, if we move the graph up at least 2 units, it would only have one intercept. So if we moved it all the way up there, our intercept would come up to here and we'd only have one over here somewhere, and this side of the graph would not touch at all because it's been moved up more than 2 units, which means that our p-value has to reflect the fact that it needs to be moved down by more than 3 or up by more than 2, right? Because we're taking away p, if we take away the p-value, it's actually going to be moved the opposite way, right? So if p was equal to 3, that means that we're actually moving it down by 3. So p needs to be kind of the opposite of what we want to do, if that makes sense, because we're minusing it. So that means that if p is greater than 3, it means that it's being moved down, because this is a negative, by more than 3 units, which is exactly what we want, right? We want it to be moved down by more than 3, so p has to be greater than 3. Because if p was 5, for example, we would get f of x minus 5, which would move the graph down 5, which means that this turning point would now be down here, and we'd have one intercept over here, which satisfies this requirement. Likewise, p needs to be, well, we need to move the graph up more than 2 units, which means that p needs to be less than -2, right? Because if we make p equal to -2, that means that we're saying f of x take away -2, which is the same as f of x plus 2, which means we're going to be moving it up 2 units, so it needs to be less than -2. So in the example before, if I said that p was equal to -5, we would have f of x take away -5, which is f of x plus 5, which means we're moving this up 5 units, and we would only have one x-intercept over here. So guys, p needs to be greater than 3 and less than 2, which means that our answer is actually D. So our answer is D. I know this is a bit confusing. Please hit me up in the comments if you have any questions about it. I can envision there being a few questions about this one, but just let me know and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. Thanks for watching, guys.